This is the new Ford Escape. It represents a pretty radical departure from the model that preceded it, raising the all-too-important question, does it still have what it takes to win the hearts and minds of small crossover buyers?
Shedding a design inspired by stacked boxes, the latest Escape sports a wildly dynamic exterior. Just drink it in for a moment. That robust sense of style carries through to an interior that's on the small side for the compact crossover category. Still, there's more than enough head and legroom for normal-sized adults, the seats are comfortably supportive, and the use of soft materials in key areas adds a premium sense to the interior. In back is a good-sized cargo area that's expandable with seats that lock flat for big loads. When occupied, the rear seats can also recline, but do not slide. There's a lot to like inside the Escape, but there are some off-putting bits. There's this big gap around the rear door handle trim. These vents protrude far enough out to block the driver's view of the nav screen, and abrasive stitching and a not quite ergonomic shape make the steering wheel less than pleasant to touch. Where the Ford Escape truly distinguishes itself is with technology. The optional auto park feature, for example, is brilliant. Press a single button, drive along a line of cars or dumpsters, and it'll automatically tell you when you've passed a spot you'll fit in. Take your hands off the wheel, and all you have to do is operate the pedals. The sheer simplicity of it all makes what was once a novelty a genuinely useful tool. You can also add features like blind spot warning, a Sony premium audio system, heated seats, navigation, sync with My Ford Touch, and this nifty 3-prong outlet, which means you'll have no excuse for being unproductive wherever you are.
Then there's the power rear liftgate. It's a feature not completely common in this category, but it's doubly cool in the Escape. Just wave a foot under here, and it opens. Although it sometimes takes deft control of your foot to get it to activate. And opening the rear hatch is as easy as that.
Here are your engine choices. They all have 4 cylinders and come paired with the fine-shifting 6-speed automatic transmission that downshifts quickly when you plant the throttle. Fuel economy figures for all engines range from the low 20s in the city to around 30 mpg on the highway. The mileage champ is the 1.6-liter, returning up to 33 highway mpg in front drive form, while the least efficient is the all-wheel drive 2-liter, returning a still not shameful 28 mpg on the highway. Despite a hit to fuel economy, the Escape's intelligent all-wheel drive system, which actively apportions torque to the tires that can best exploit it, might be a worthwhile add-on for those with active lifestyles. The top-tier 2-liter turbo has great power and is the engine you'll need if you want to exploit the Escape's maximum 3,500-pound tow rating. But the ample acceleration and superior fuel economy of the cheaper 1.6-liter make it the engine we'd probably choose.
When it comes to driving dynamics, the electric power steering system mutes a lot of the information coming from the front tires. But despite a lack of feel, a reasonably quick steering ratio and well-damped suspension give the Escape a sporting demeanor. Its tight suspension means you feel a lot of little bumps, but the Escape's ride is never so firm as to be unpleasant.
So, how much would you pay for a loaded Ford Escape titanium trim? Keeping in mind that includes a sweet power liftgate, auto park, and a ton of other features. If you said more than $37,000 without cringing just a little, congratulations! For that money you could buy an Acura RDX or a BMW X1. Neither car will have as many optional features to play with, but stepping up to a premium brand is pretty tempting. On the other hand, you can get into an Escape for as little as $23,000, but it's bare bones. Start adding basic niceties, and the Honda CR-V and Mazda CX-5 emerge as reasonably priced alternatives. Add it all up, and the Ford Escape has plenty going for it. It's practical, cool-looking, roomy enough, offers a cornucopia of awesome features, and is more fun to drive than most.
But man, can it be expensive. Buy one and you'll probably dig it, but before you do, it might be wise to do a little bit of research and see what else you can spend that money on.